to Sunday at the costume shop. We are running late. Let me make sure that the chat's going to show up. Hello, welcome to the circus. It is Sunday, the 6th of April in the year of the 2025. I'm your host, Phoenix Electra. I see a Freya Friffers. The co-hosts are arriving shortly. We are a bit tardy because man had to do man things. And
not even late.
No, we're not even late. We're not late. We're in the 15-minute margin of error window. And folks beat me here, which is awesome. I got a few things in the docket, in the hopper, in the pile. Got our Buffalo shirt on and our corset hoodie. Cats are being cats. Do they want me to? Nobody really wants me to open the concession stand yet, so I will put this on the table in front of me. Wow, this camera angle is different, but all the mess in front of me. Where are we this morning? I was looking at... Hello, Allie. Welcome. You haven't missed Snacks with Cats yet because A, I'm late, and B, finally, we have a Freya Friffers. She likes me streaming in this room way better than the other room. Oh, I guess maybe later I'll grab the giant petticoat that stands on its own. Goobers, do you want snacks? Okay. Let's get some snacks for some cats. What was wrong? What is wrong with the kitties? Oh, there are snacks. Chat and the whiskers is going on. Yes. Oh, hello, Loki. You gonna come do your tricks? Come on. Do some tricks for me. Come here. Come on. Come on, sweet handsome. Oh, there we go. So big, so strong. You're gonna jump off again. Oh, there's some stinky snacks in here. Holy moly. Loki, do you want another one? Hello, Kilroy. Come on. Oh. I know if we oh, somebody is late to the snack stack. Yes, the concession stand is now open. It's not yours, Loki. Come on. Oh, good boy. Oh, man. I hope everybody's had a good weekend, is recovering, is on the way to being pain and illness-free. I've got some stuff where I might stand for a little bit, which I guess is just as well that we have this space from the table in front of us. Because I get told when I've been sitting too much, and I don't recommend it. Alright, that's it, boys. That is it. What do I have pulled for today? I have our little peignoir, so I foresee in my mind's eye a little bit of rolled hemming, the other shirring foot, and Kilroy. Mine are too lazy to stand up for treats. They expect them to be on the floor. Yeah, I decided if we're a circus, that circus animals, cats need to do tricks for treats, though Freya Friffers does get the benefit that her trick is she shows up for snacks. She's looking out the window. There is this other tuxedo who I've named Oreo, who's been out and about, but can't leave snacks around because of wild critters. And I know where there's some hantavirus, and I'm not keen on that shit. Kilroy, but they're all... We just showed up at your house, cat, so maybe that has something to do with it. Little man showed up. He's... Loki and Freya, they are the only two I ever went to the shelter for, but their birthdays come up. They're gonna be 7 in May or about now. Oh, Allie, they trained you, yes. And I decided I'm going to train the cats because these boys are super food motivated, which makes it very much easier. And Frey Furfurs is not as food motivated, so I just meet her where she's at. Though she is crate trained, so she does know to eat her supper and her meals in her crate. But let's see here. I guess it's been 5 minutes. Have I offered enough value? Did folks like smash some buttons for me? That would be super awesome. We are on the way to 500 because we have lofty goals at the circus. I have in my mind's eye show. Hello, Jess. Welcome. Oh, I love all the chat showing. People are like, why don't you use other stuff? And I'm like, Rumble Studio makes this cross-platform chatting so easy that I work harder than I have to. I do enough crazy stuff. So where I've got the pinwire, I pulled the corded stays, and yesterday just did a little stitching by myself, adding some cords into the bust gore. So I did half of it, and look, we can hold this up. So I've got the materials that we can do some cording. I told my pattern with our reference, with what I kind of doodled. Let me see. So if you feel like doing some embroidery on the larger panels, and then I was going to do this V shape with a few rows of cording underneath the bust gores just to add a little extra support because I can, and why not try it? What I did, oh, that needs to be restitched. Where's that? Oh, I did restitch it. Blue. Stitched in for the center busk panels. I just ran the zipper foot along the R paint stirrer busk because I figured it would be easier if I knew where the center was for some of the other stitching. Alright, move that in front of me. Let us caffeinate. There we go. So like that, what? We've been moving so much stuff. I was a little late because we took off it's spring cleaning time, so we took down the curtains and washed them, and let's see here, Allie says, a quick look at the pattern there, adding cording will prevent the surrounding fabric from stretching. Okay. I don't know, right, because I can also use that, because I don't want, since things are a little wonky, to loop out of shape too much, because I need that support there. And some of the extants that I was looking at did seem to have some type of cording support underneath the bust gore area. And since I ask my busts I ask a lot of my supportive garments. Yeah, so I was going to do a couple of these underneath the bust gore, and then underneath that I saw some patterns that had a few rows at the waist section, which would kind of mimic the act of a waist tape, which is also great. So I've got, where is it? We have our cording that I've just been working through. Killer, no slouches need to play. Exactly, yes. That was the other reason I didn't want to to strap myself into a corset this morning, or a pair of stays, but I was like, well, let's throw on the corset hoodie because it is lightly boned, so we can remember to sit up straight. So there is that. I have it here. Did I show this? No, maybe I didn't since I sketched more. So in attempts to get this tucked shirtwaist finished, I've been sketching motifs, and then I realized that the first one that I blah 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 for the center medallion, but we'll get there. Let me hold up what I got. So got a scalloped edge with some cut work, a row of eyelets, something, and then some red berries with some leaves, and then a center flower spiderweb medallion. So I have cut from the fabric that I'm not sick of, which is great because I have so much, and I can't wait to cut into the green and yellow striped. But I measured how big I want it to be. Actually, I traced the bottom of my compressed air canister for the scallops, and just started sketching the motif out with a pen because I'm going to cover it all with stitches. Allie says, I thought on the center, you have a thought on the center medallion. Have switchable ones held in place with backed strap on both sides going into the center medallion held by hooks. That is a spectacular idea. And I can change yes. And I have a whole bunch of slightly heavier weight fusible interfacing. We could do some with the water soluble for a more lacy thing, for like a spider web with a spider, and a thicker for some flower motifs. I love the rabbit holes and how big you make my project list, Allie. I love it. Absolutely spectacular. I have oodles of hooks. Yep, so I can, once we get the flowers drawn on, oh, that's good. That is a spectacular. I like the way you think, Allie. Yeah, because we can do flowers, we can do spider webs, we can do skull and bones with roses. Oh, we could do a circus tent. That would be funny. Okay. I have ideas for center medallions for years. Maybe we can. Alright. I don't need the cat snacks. What? Oh, right. Because we finished, I finished the waistband. I still need to add a little ribbon to my insertion lace bloomers. I think I need to still tack down the straps for the top. But I was like, oh, this will be so cute underneath our can petticoat tutu. No, it's not a tutu. Our can petticoat skirt with our pink silk corset, which I haven't tried on in a hot minute, but it'll be fine because the hard part was that the proportions top to bottom versus the expandable sizes. Let's see. Exactly, you would be restricted to be a specific size, right? True. That is my dilemma, is that I'm not always the size. The proportions are generally the same, but yes, I do need things. Well, I was seeing how there are no tutus in Moulin Rouge, right? I said the wrong word. That's too proper for the Moulin Rouge killer. I kind of feel like the straps on the top need something. It feels unbalanced having the plain straps with the lace on lace. Good point. Okay, well, it's a good thing that at the moment they're pinned and tacked down, so I can add some more lace or find something. Oh, did you actually way too short for that era? Right. Because even the ballet tutus were much bigger, or they were still wearing the skirts a little bit. But I pulled colors that match the fabric. No, it's the color. Don't. I should have. It's not always that I bring my mouse out, but now I just keep covering it with stuff and losing it. Ugh. Alright, there we go. Yeah, so I pulled colors that are either very similar or nearly exact matches from our pin tucked pieces. So we've got that. I made enough at the edge so that I don't think I need to baste the yoke onto something else to stitch. But I thought might try, because I have seen folks take an incense stick or a hot metal tool to just melt away the fabric right along the stitching line, or maybe we'll trim it and then just use some heat to melt the final remnants in case our snipping is shitty. So there is that. But I probably do have some lace. I could sew lace onto the straps to help balance it a little bit more, because you are correct. There's so little compared to everything else that is over the top, resplendent in lace and ribbon. Or even if we braid, I'll keep my words. I will go and look through the stash, because we are not in need. Okay, so we have that. We have a motif. Do I want to just warm up with some rolled hem for this peignoir? Yeah, let's maybe do the start there. Oh, wait, flashing too much. Oh, don't know where to bend forward from. Alright, I cut littler strips from the big panels that I already cut because come to me. Previously, I had cut this giant piece, so we'll put ruffles down the bottom with a little lace and then gather up the top and have a smaller row of the ruched gathering for the neck and shoulder shaping. So super simple construction. A giant ornamented tube, basically. But fortunately, the rolled hemming on the base is done. We just have strips to hem and gather up together, because we can't go more than a few shows without our favorite rolled hem foot, one of the best feet in the entire foot collection. It's funny, I was looking on Craigslist from other places and I was like, oh, let's see what Lancaster, Pennsylvania Craigslist. I think somebody's selling, it's either a scam or it's just ironic that I've seen the exact same wooden barn quilt for sale, both in Lancaster and locally. So that was funny. Okay. Goobers, that's not outside time yet. He's just moving stuff around. Alright. We have bobbins, we have thread, we have sitting up straight, we have smiles. Put the rolled hem. Oh, I guess Phoenix, you should probably make sure the machine is threaded because let's just trim and start from scratch. Move our mic out of our field of vision. Some days words are hard. Actually, I feel like I need a better excuse because I'm always saying that. At least all these terrible spelling things I'm seeing on the infowebs are just like, okay, just double check your spelling. It's fun. I do recall as a younger human that they tried to teach spelling phonetically, and my brain did not like that. It was a surefire way that I would spell something incorrectly. Spelling is one of those skills that my brain decided I prefer rote memory. You know, spelling, organic chemistry equations, there's certain things my brain only gets them in by doing them a gajillion times. Oh, let's find an end. Fortunately, our little pile is so much smaller. So let's see here, I have those 2 yards, I cut each one into 3, and I cut 3 of them. I think I've got 20 yards of little, just a little bit to sew a roofle. Although it's spring and not spring, cold, warm. Hopefully the lake might actually be full this year, which it's been quite some time. Just doing some mindless straight line stitching for a second. Now I'm wanting to grab, okay, let's see which hoop size, or I have to finish sketching the motifs on the yoke. These are too much and too tight now. What's catching somewhere? There you are. You're wrapped one too many times around here. That's better. Yeah, that'll be so that yoke. Kind of like our homework from practicing many of the skills from our Saturday misadventures through the severe instructions for art embroidery. One of the tones that reminds us that good taste and skill are most critical. No, that's too loose. Okay, what's our family medium this one? Oh, Ellie, you hear a clicking sound. Might that be the needle belt clip? It is a big, yeah, okay. Yeah, something. Slide back in your hole, please. Yeah, something was funny. Or a pedal out. Might even. Alright. I don't know what it was, but I don't hear it now. It's very still threaded. Where's this bobbin? Oh. I think I'm on part of the disaster. We have a little rat's nest around our bobbin. That was not helpful. Let's trim that shmoo. Okay, bobbin running smoothly. Yeah, I wonder if it was that top thread because the tension was off, getting caught around our bobbin shuttle. Okay. It might be amplified due to the true yes. Yeah, the mic stand says don't attach on curved surface. Unfortunately, this table is, and I don't have room for another tripod around here. So our sewing table also doubles as mic stand holder because oh, I forgot to do my focus check. Alright, let me set up again. Caffeinate and continue. Okay, let's. Nothing's blinking. We got that. Alright. That sounds and feels better. Kelly, nice to see I'm not the only one who uses big glass mugs as a drinking glass, right? Yep, I've got my bubbly tea and my big, not the biggest stein, but, yeah, because the coffee's empty, but the bubbly tea vessel, sometimes you just need a handle. But I don't have, my drinking beverages are not nearly as girthy as Williams are. I can't handle needing to heat it that much. And I'm glad this morning our disasters were just minimal compared to a couple weeks ago. Ellie, I'm still so thankful for walking us through 2 weeks ago when we cleaned out that food from inside the bobbin. Because holy crap. I don't know the last time that part had been damaged, serviced. Yeah. I think also this morning and she's saying, no, you just need to take your time. These honey's will be done when they're ready. So I did not cut yet. It was the outer layer rope. So I was thinking, Phoenix, I think trains on garments are impractical and just dirt collectors. Also, Phoenix, wouldn't it be super cute to have a ruffly bottom, not over the top train, but just a little something something to wear as a robe layer for this peignoir set? Also, yes. And I'm enabled by having enough fabric to just do it. So, do you also see at least little man, the cat's thinking they're just gonna claw all over it. It's gonna be a mess. Letting the shuffle spring go without taking the lint out when embroidering just runs into trouble. Yes, we did learn that from first-hand experience. Yeah. So wise, Allie, so wise. Yep, intermittent stitches, no stitches, wonky stitches, strange sporadic tension, all from that. Yeah, that's fascinating. That one little thing can cause all those different disasters. You don't necessarily, why is it just for the capitalist reason that they're always like change your needle after every project, but they don't say give your machine a thorough cleaning after each giant project? Oh, Killer, that sounds like some warnings on a drug commercial, right? Yes. At the circus, you are at risk of intermittent stitches, no stitches, wonky stitches, strange sporadic tension, and strange sporadic tension. Consult your local seamstress if you have any of these problems. You all make me chuckle. I was looking at those pin backs. I get all the random things I've gotten both in the Goodwill and like Phoenix. Are you just gonna give them back? Do you really need 5 polo clip things? And then I'm like, why don't it be fun to start making little circus tent balls? Just because it would be so on brand. Oh, Killer. Well, changing a needle is easy to write instructions for. Cleaning a machine is hard to write instructions for. Fair. And one results in more immediate profit for the purveyor, and the other one, unless somebody's taking their machine to be serviced, which they're much better learning how to manage things. Unless that baby, I want to take that baby lock out of the closet. I don't think she's seen the light of day in more than a year, and she does make some cute stitches. The little alligator dragon one is kind of adorable. Oh, that got cut a little wonky. It's fine. There's just trying to find the edges. Oh, I should start doing it on the YouTubes. Everybody's like, oh, I always get my one thumbs down. So I decided to just, I might first thumbs down. Just to desensitize myself to the experience. it could go in. And then it also reminds me, like, we are always striving to do better, whether it's how we're doing something or what we're learning or whatever. So, my shows are never good enough for me. Never ever good enough, but not in a way that I use it as a learning tool. You know, I think this is been the problem yesterday. I just wanted to travel too quickly and sometimes you just need to slow down. I also don't like on the Baby Lock, it feels weird for a lot of the built-in stitches that you have the push to start feature on the machine rather than using the foot pedal. And that just feels weird. I really don't feel like I'm sewing, I just feel like I'm literally minding the machine, which is what that machine is like. It's just not my favorite experience. But to each their own. I tried it. Just don't love it. Oh, it's like, I could use, I have some orange pumpkin motifs. My brain is lost in that rabbit hole that is the Changeable Battalion. I'm not sure what it is. I'm kind of curious about the shape that I saw. It's literally a rectangle with holes cut for the arms, and then you close the center front with hooks and bars. And the bottom waistband has a channel for a tie to nip it in at the waist. It is, Allie, a push button start. Sounds like a computer interface to me. It is. That sewing machine has a USB port for the embroidery motif library. It has, yes, it literally is a computer, and it's not. I don't care for it. Meddling IT people, yes. I see in certain places where having a CNC interface for your sewing machine makes sense, but also I don't like it. Just not my favorite experience. For all the newbies and all the folks who've been around the tent for a while, we know Phoenix does love an analog machine. But sometimes the more analog, the better. I guess that's kind of redundant. It either is analog or it isn't. Killer, in theory, I don't have a problem with computer machines, but they have almost done right. Yeah, it's kind of like I'm not super keen on the new, what is it, not Oculus, what is it, Musk's robot project, I don't know. Oh, Al, your 1883 improved manufacture doesn't need any stinking update. No, it doesn't. Oh, Killer Ellie, there is an update for that machine. It's called Paint. Oh! Ellie, Killer, you're starting to feel good better again. The snark and the shame is real. Yes, I was also in the other room. There's that fabric that we got a hot minute ago. I need better adjectives. That is the sturdy with the white with the silver little stars on it, and in that rabbit hole that is 19th century dress ornamentation. I'm still chuckling. Those different pleated and box pleated trims. So I was like, I don't know. Look, green. Knix obviously likes doing stuff where they can en masse pieces of batch sew stuff. So you could just cut that whole roll up and have trim for a good for a while. I didn't get, I should, maybe next week I will make new pattern pieces because we can do, to cut the lace for those lace paneled skirts. Once we figure out our color combinations. So I was also thinking it might be fun on those lace, on the panel lace skirts to have, we haven't sewn piping yet this year, so maybe. Oh, killer to that one person who thumbed down that stream, get out of my country. I can't, it's me. It was me. I did it to myself. Yeah, I'm here. You're stuck with me. There wouldn't be, we might have a show, but I just thought, because everybody talks to that one person, so I was like, then I can just talk to myself. I always know who the first one. When there starts to be two and somebody beats me to thumbs down in my own show, that also will be kind of funny. I keep forgetting to do it over on YouTube, but I do remember to clickety-clackety the buttons on the rumbles. Oh man, for some reason, because I don't know everything and I don't know, the bobbin's funny again, what I don't know until I learned that I didn't know it. Tim Holman is on his way. Darn it all. I was born in this country. My immigrant parent is a full citizen with all the privileges rendered thereto. Oh, what I was going Oh, killer, you sent the train out of the station. Well, I guess it'll come back if it was that good. Oh, no, there it was. Oh, it came back on a ship. Or did it come back on a B2 Spirit? Because I did not know about this magical little island called Diego Garcia. Now that I know about it, I can't unknow about it, and it's from the satellite images, it appears that the US has moved forward, maybe, if I don't take my word as gospel spirit on anything, because I'm not a preacher, and I don't know everything, but somewhere in the range of 4-ish B2 Spirits plus their refueling assistants have been mobilized to Diego Garcia in the past 2 weeks. I don't know what, so that's interesting. So, but word on the street sounds like Iran. So, who knows? Right. Oh, let's see here. Killer probably building up to anticipation with China. Those are all old air bases and a tiny island in the Pacific that the Air Force is reactivating. Right. Yeah, because there is. Because weren't they trying to give it to China, or the England gave up their part for something? Hearing that there might be better ways to get to China, but that it's a perfect location for Iran and then the Near Middle East. Near East. So we'll see. Interesting show of force, regardless. It could be hard to say what's nonverbal. Maybe it's just nonverbal negotiation tactics, but I don't know. Oh, correct, in the movement of the B2s. Plus, yeah, because it was the last, when I heard of the most, it was like two, yeah, but they just keep moving stuff, which is just interesting, because the B2s aren't normally camped out there. So, hopefully it's just nonverbal negotiation tactics, but I don't know. Nothing, everything's finny. Killer says Diego Garcia is pretty equidistant to the Middle East and China. Okay, brilliant. Thank you for that tidbit. Yeah, all those funny islands that I didn't know what I didn't know until I learned that I didn't know it. Oh, Ailey should never have given up the United States Air Force Base Bagram. Yeah, no, but yeah, they should. Yeah, that was a disaster of a shit show, but horrific. Yeah, the U.S. really does enjoy just like creating our own enemies, so we say we have somebody to fight. In the past 100 years, is there an enemy that U.S. has fought that we didn't, in some level, have some way of creating in the first place to do it? I'm so glad. I don't know. Yeah. I am glad that I stayed home yesterday. Not that anything was like too crazy around here, but I had tidying and curtains to wash, and fabric to move, which I just have to keep sewing and then figure out where I'm going to store all these garments. I don't know. Oh, Hitler and Japan are about the only ones. Yeah. But right. I am like, most of the time, 2 out of how many? Yeah. We'll see. Because that's going to be fun, because I heard this week that I also didn't know that the US only has one primer factory, and it's located in Texas, if I recall correctly. And then Texas, what's up with that Epic City? Is that the name of it? It was Epic City. That there's a place in Texas that decided that and has approval that we're like, yeah, we're just gonna be full on Sharia law here. Okay, that's a choice. The location is the most like Texas, but I guess if your MO is take over and show the biggest force of strength, getting into Texas, the optics of it is kind of an impressive rallying cry. We'll see how that goes. Right? I don't know. Yeah. What else was crazy? What else? What isn't crazy? Did I? Okay, just making sure that my Now that I'm like at the end of this panel, why are you catching sometimes? Something, I just call it the bars. Oh, it's like it's something with the top thread. Yeah, it is, because it's not through the, we're wrapped around the tension disc, but not in the tension disc. Let's see if that helps. Oh, Kilroy, there's Colony Ridge in Texas too, where the developer basically gives predatory subprime loans to the illegals to get houses there, and Greg Abbott won't do anything about it because the developer also donated a bunch of money to him. Huh. Yeah. Not surprised. Okay. No, it's all right. Yeah, the whole thing. I spent a couple of decades, like wishing that there was a way to rebuild while all the corruption and the mess was still in existence. And the longer I'm here, the more I'm like getting to a place where I don't know if that's possible. Like, in the short term, is it better to just start from scratch, as painful as it will be for a period of time? Because the bandwidth and the resources to fix and work within, or create and work within simultaneously is not good. I don't know how that's going to work. But I don't know what to put in place either. But I guess first we have to make stuff and value making and value trade skills, human skills, and not just turn everything over to the AI computer overlord pods. Yeah. And all these new cars, everything that like just spies on you. I can't. Oh, Kilroy competition. Oh, corruption is talked about in ancient religious texts. If we could have stomped it out, we already would have. Yeah, the best control for it are checks and balances. There's certain things. It's like having humans creates these things eventually. Allie says starting from scratch will only lead to them finding new schemes. Yeah, probably. Power breeds corruption is the saying, but why does it happen almost all the time? Yeah, that absolute power absolutely corrupts. Yeah, it's like what makes human the ability, the desire, and the tenacity to want to do something amazing also is our greatest downfall. I will just continue to corner the market of a single 27 lace, made lace. This is my domain. I make it. Whatever craziness else we sew. There's our little pile. I keep moving it and then keep losing it. Oh, this one has no sewing edges. Okay. Is there any good ones? Alright. Oh. It's just him outside mowing the lawn, and my ears are like, who's creeping around my house? It's mine. cats just are hoping that they're gonna get to go outside, but not yet. It's too cold at 60 degrees. Is anybody making anything fun? I know, Allie, you said you were working on your garden yesterday. What are we creating and growing that's good? I'm gonna have to start looking around how much room I have in our shed, outdoor space for garment bags, for things I do not know how and where yet to store our candy bag. It basically stands up by itself. It's so good. I need it to be close because if we're going to practice the dance, part of it is knowing the steps without it. But you have to train with that skirt as a prop. Oh, let's see. You have to get back. Oh, you have to get your back better to treadle. Yes. Back get better. I hope it gets better soon. Oh, Killer, you have a hooded coat that the zipper finally broke in half. Boo, but it's got plenty of real estate for buttonholes, so you're thinking about seam ripping the zipper and making it a button coat. That sounds like a fun project. Work on some new skills. Good. And it's not a cheap zipper problem. It's the coat's a 20-year-old problem. You know, that does happen sometimes. That's a sign of A, well-made coat, and B, a well-loved coat. Those old little zippers are so much better than the new zippers. I do concur. And it's fun to just put fun buttons on stuff. Matching, mismatching, coordinated. There's so many fun buttons. Oh, no, I'm going to trim ones that are completely done separate from the ones that need a full doing. Because then we'll put the rouging through the center so that when we stitch it down, it is a double layer poofy looking thing. And I pulled some ribbon for the extra to make it extra. Killer, maybe wood toggles. Ooh, those are fun. It's kind of thin for toggles. Well, they've got little toggles. It doesn't need to be huge, and then you could just use those frog closures. Those are super fun. And then you wouldn't lose any real estate if you wanted to still wear like a big giant fluffy sweater. Sometimes coats don't have enough room for fluffy sweaters, which is a problem. You can always add a support layer to the inside, maybe. You'll figure it out. I know sometimes I just need to I just bring it to the chat, the tent. I'm like, chat, help me think. And then Allie gets me in trouble with quadrupling my project list, but I'm here for it. 3, 4, 2, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We've sewn 11 things already this year. Oh, good. Chunky. pretty good. That tin can skirt was not on the list and took 2.5 weeks. Oh, I'm trying to drive too fast. I just need to slow down. That's the name of the show today. Come on, Phoenix. All right. Where is it? I need more attention on my upper thread. Oh, it's kept. Okay, now I see what's happening. I have a screwy thing on top of my wooden bobbin to add weight, and I had the thread in between the metal and the wooden spool. And the thread was getting caught in the ridges of said metal. Lord. Less irregular. Okay. Happy stitches, just happy stitches. So many folks are like, I'm gonna craft politically, and I was like, yeah, I think I'm just gonna craft. You know. Yeah, just continue to try to preserve heritage, skills, crafts, and tools. Because it keeps me out of trouble. And I've met so many fun folks on the InfoWebs, so it's been brilliant. Well, Rumble's crushing it in the view count in the battle of the platforms. YouTube is slagging behind. We are 5 to 2. But the low latency armor, if you want an improved viewing experience, I too would choose to watch this show on Rumble rather than the Tubes. That's enough on that. Let's see here. What else do I have? What is in my mind's machinations? Yeah, just fancy stuff. And I need to figure out, I cut those trapeze boots, and I tried pooping with them, and either that leather is too soft, I used the wrong material, and Kilroy says the audio is better on Rumble. Rumble's got it, every platform's got its problems, but there's some things that different ones do better. And I have noticed the past 2 days, YouTube is not pulling my thumbnails from Studio when I'm scheduling the stream. It's just got my generic placeholder thumbnail, and Saturdays I have been reusing my thumbnail because we've been doing the same thing, or variations on the theme, and I reused a thumbnail yesterday for today's show. But I try to enjoy this art of thumbnail making, but oh well. At least it shows that I have a stream scheduled at all. Alright, good. Just sewing both ends. At some point, this gray spool that we've been working on for a couple of years now will start to look like we've been stitching with it. Yeah, so maybe at some point we will cut the rope for this, a little train. With I was just trying to think about the design for the shoulder and neck, if I wanted to do what I wanted to do, so I just keeping that one in my brain hover hole, and I'm ready for that. But yeah, I'm either going to do that square version with the lifted waist for the shirt waist, general construction, or something. I think the fanciest piece, really, besides the yoke, are the sleeves on the reference image. The tucked section, two different tuck sections separated by just a gathered boom section. And with the stripes, it's gonna look super cute. But we had all those circles, and I was like, oh, Phoenix, you have so many circle skirts, but you don't have a walking skirt to go with that shirt waist. So maybe we need to make a shirt waist, or a walking skirt. No, Phoenix, we're planning our shirt waist for 2 years now. You just need to work on finishing it. Yeah, because I could just, for the little medallion section, just trace it out, trace where it needs to be, and sew in the hook and bars and leave the material there to help so it stays stable rather than having it cut out where it might be more prone to shifting. Yeah, so highlights, all of this, a little of that. So we could use some of the scrap lace and trim as borders for each of some of the medallion sections to just use up our work through our stash. Some of the makeup, they call it project panning, but you don't pan your fabrics. Oh, whatever. Also, in the back of my mind, I'm like, do we want to put my face on locals? I'm sure, because I know not everybody wants to hang out with me while I put my face on. I'm like, hard work paint on. Not that I do that all the time. Yeah, whatever. We'll figure it out. We're here. We sew stuff. We play with our toys. Oh, killer, maybe it should be called Project Scrapping, where you just have scraps left. Yup. That is an idea. So keep that in the possibilities. Yeah, Project Scrapping. It does also funny that it's the different sizes, cabbage, coleslaw. This is my cabbage patch. This is my coleslaw pile. No, because I do have a bedspread that I don't know if it was. Me and my sibling had one, and then Doug had one also, like this same light tan with blue flowers. This bedspread. And mine is, one of the edges is starting to fall off, and the bottom is super scratchy polyester, so I was like, it would make it, I could use it as the back and just make it a top for it. And then just stitch in the ditch or whatever, just squares. I love madness that is all of the scrappy patchwork things. page 2. We'll get there. We'll figure it out. I don't need to know right now. Right now we're just doing one of our favorite things, sewing roll combs. I wonder if people don't like the modern rolled hem feet because the modern feet feel so little, like they might break compared to these old feet. Just don't feel as nice. And I wonder with some of them, because I feel a tripod, something, a screw that on the outside was silver colored like you'd expect a screw that was fully made of metal to appear. However, after a period of time, that screw broke and the inside was just this white powdery stuff. It wasn't metal through and through. So I wonder if some of these modern cheapo presser feet are similarly deceptive and that they're not solid metal anymore. I don't know. Well, I'm not going to spend my money on it, so it doesn't matter. I also, I did my best. I didn't do my best. Don't even my fingers. I just cut the strips. I folded it and then just hacked away to get to these strips. Oh man. Stop yawning, it's not nap time yet. We've got sewing to happen. We have so many stitches. Oh, that we're scaring away our audience. Maybe we can do better. Let's get this done. I need to stand up soon. I think it's kind of hard to sew when it hurts to sit. Oh, did I finish my machinations? No. Okay, let me stand for a second. Oh, crinkles. It's not even over here. Okay. But what I was thinking was that stitching. Hold on, let me just grab on. I looked, I did move on. No, never mind, losing my marbles. Of stitching a strip of that new boning that I got into the leather. Because part of the, okay, so the boots are wrinkling in the front, but then not staying up in the back. So I was thinking of just trying to sew some boning in and then making new eyelet hole, punching new eyelet holes through the leather to see if that helps, and then to see if I need to cut out little darts and restitch the top, because I got tricks that I like to practice. That muscle memory is great, but my shins get super bruised and uncomfortable. So I need a layer of I would like a layer of protection, and Hoop costumes sometimes are little because trying to hoop on your skin is way easier than certain fabrics. But no, alright. Let's just squiggle back into our seat and get this stitching done. Because we're gonna have this cute stuff. Or actually, I should just go back. Everything we make at this circus is adorable. That's our goal, just to be adorable. As we enter into this next phase, where Phoenix decide to transform into a sea hag. Decided that's what my next incarnation is going to be. Just because thought it would be fun. So we'll see how that process goes. It's going to be slow. But it's silly. Is there a joke I saw this week? Did I see anything funny? No, my brain just keeps going back to that vinegar. Who spells vinegar? Vineigger. Not me. I can just shake my head. I have nothing to say. Oh, but we will snort for the microphone. Alright, next, just shush up and stitch for a few minutes. Just stop your yelling. It is funny that my brain thinks that because I have smaller strips of fabric that this rolled hem is going to be faster to sew than it was for our petticoat. But Phoenix, the width of the fabric does not change the length and the number of stitches. It's like using bigger yarn versus small yarn. It does not change the number of stitches that it takes to make this complete. That didn't change. Yeah, maybe next year we won't scrap more. We just sew, make new fabric with our scraps, and sew crazy schmontas from it. That sounds like an idea. Oh, excuse me. I know, fascinating sewing content. This is how the schmontas get sewn. I want salty, crispy things. I saw that people were trying the all-dressed chips. I kind of want to try them. But I'm not leaving the house right now. I'm not going anywhere. Because we're sewing. I can't leave the machine. Yeah, I don't know where I was going with that thought. I was just making those noises, so I should just. Phoenix, if you can't think of anything to say, it's alright to just take a minute and so quiet. Okay, this last one, we'll finish this one, turn around, whip it out, and then we'll do some shirring. I'm sure that we are almost stitching something spectacular. Some used to have clean curtains. Forget, because you don't wash, like, bed sheets you wash all the time, towels you wash all the time, so much stuff you wash all the time. Curtains, don't wash them every week or every month. Probably shouldn't have with my allergies being crazy, but maybe I just need to make some new curtains. We could be super goth and have a whole bunch of that black brocade. We could make a dress. Our dress matches our curtains. That would be unbranded black brocade curtains, except that in that one window, I have to, maybe actually I could line it with white something so that it stays color fast. I can see one side over time just being bleached to that like reddish tan color that black sometimes gets unbleached into. Yeah, it's like I did for the petticoat. We'll attach these little shirt bands while everything is fat. Do all the next layer of decorating with the iridescent ribbon that I pulled, and then probably do the side seam, and then we'll know where to pin down for the neck and shoulder section. Oh, Allie. Well, you could do that Carol Burnett con with the wind dress out of curtains and the rod. All right, we'll be here, Ellie. Could do that skit. Yeah, yeah, never mind. I'll just let it fester. Oh, I have a notion that I'm just festering in my head. And I can just stay there for a few minutes. Alright, let's do the second side. And then we can do something a little bit different. Where's our tail? Just cat paw it. Where's my other cats to help me with that task? That would have been much more fun if Little Man was here helping. Alas, they're outside in the freshly shorn grass. Yeah, so we haven't practiced just stitching on the different embroidery stabilizers that I have. That could be a fun little project. We'll just I jinxed it, says Killer, and now he's gonna come in and claw everything up. Not yet. I see 2 out of 3 just wandered in from the outside. Hey, Free, hey, Loki. Little man just, he loves to be where the action is. Squats, push-ups. I was doing some L-sits the other day. He's like, you're not good enough yet. Do it again. Oh. And they disappeared again. Yeah, he's too busy being outside rubbing Dove's legs. He loves to be where the action is. Troublemaker. Oh, it'd be fun to use that other sharing hook because I can't use the Cadillac rubber on this because there's not enough fabric, but for sharing. We have another tool. So at first I was thinking of just attaching it right at the center, but then my brain was also like, it will look more fluffy if I fold it, if I do the shirring in the center of the strips and then fold it in half and attach it right at that stitch line, it'll look more full. Do I have, let's see here. A tub of joy. Here. Where's this? My truck. Yeah, so I've got where I punched the holes. It is too loose, so I thought that I would just fold it in half and stitch a layer of boning in. But what I was trying to find was right next to me. The lace, the ribbon I pulled, but of course, wow, my brain is like scatterbrained. No, I'm having a hard time staying focused. I just want to do all the things all at the same time, which means unfortunately that nothing gets done. So Phoenix, just finish what you are working on right now. One thing at a time. Your brain can think about all the things, but your hands can only do so much at one time. Right now they are busy. Oh, we're making roast for dinner. I didn't think I was hungry again. I just literally ate breakfast, but no, took out a roast. Maybe I'll make some radish salad. It's finally starting to get warm enough. We'll figure it out. And then I was also like, oh, Phoenix, you try not to be too, well, you just are what you are. Craftivist, not really. And I was like, oh, good. Your ancestor sign with the insignias, ranks, insignias, and peanut and string. That's kind of political. Oh, good, you are back. Did I hear you sewing in corset boning? Not yet. I think for this leather we're gonna stitch, because the boots are sliding and I don't know whether it's the leather is too supple that it doesn't want to stand up straight, and I didn't feel like I could tie them tightly enough, so I was like, well, I'll just take in some width by adding boning channels to my boots. Yeah. Just to try, because they're not perfect. I've got my leather. I'm not ruining anything. And I won't know if it's going to work until I try it. So sometimes we just jump in, stitch first. Yeah, no corset boning in our pinbar, but in our boots, we're going to bone our boots up just a little bit. And then punch new eyelets. I don't know, maybe I pulled too tautly enough with the leather stretched. I don't know what happened, but we'll see if we can fix it. If not, I'll try it again. It just surprised me that, because I used exactly the same pattern for when I did the trial pair a couple years ago out of the brown basket weave vinyl, but the leather responded not the same, which is not surprising, but for some reason took me by surprise. And it shouldn't have, but it did. Okay, killer, we'll be here. Yeah, so we'll work on this. Maybe we'll get to the boning of the boots. Figure it out. So many things. So many things. I need a bigger closet. Maybe I'll just have to get fully look at some garment pads and look at my other storage space. I think that vinyl had backing to it, didn't it? It was more stiff. The vinyl was compared to this really soft leather. Cause the vinyl didn't like bunch up at the calf where I have a lot of gathering at the top of the ankle, where the ankle meets the leg bones. It bunches up. And I don't know whether I just need more ties to, or eyelets to tauten it more in the back because there's a gap. I sewed a backing on there. I lined that also with a little cotton. Yeah, I did. The construction was a little bit different. I'll try backing the heel upper so the stiffness. I could, but there is no it's open in the heel and the toe. There is no heel. I call them boots, but they're the circus boots that the aerialists use that are just like a gaiter. They're more like a gaiter. Boot is a misnomer in this application. Definitely more, but there's no shoe that goes in it. It's just my foot. But that would be a notion. Lining helps, but the back near the heel needs support. Yeah, okay. Oh, at the bottom. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, maybe of keep extending, trying it out again and marking and seeing how far I should stitch the bone to, that maybe if I added more, or if I made sure that the boning extended from the top to the back, the bottom where it needs support might help. I know, that's what I was thinking. They shouldn't be slipping then. I clearly did. Here, let me. Oh, I don't have little. Yeah, it's almost like I need to cut because it's bunching in the front. I'll put them on. I don't want to show my toes on stream today, and I'm wearing my big slipper socks with just my with I don't have little socks in my slipper socks right now. Not, Phoenix, you show feet all the time. I know, but they're my sewing machine feet, not my feet, but my troll toes don't need to be up and about. Yeah, so can I stick my hand in and mimic it? So, kind of. So when I tie them up, yeah, I mean, it's on my arm, so it's a little bit smaller. There, I'm just, no, I'm good, not, I'm gonna start with making them a little smaller by folding them over and starting with the boning channel and seeing how that works after I punch new holes. That's gonna be my next, what I'm gonna try next, because then I'll see, because I don't know. Because I was like looking at the different gaiter patterns or the shaping of them, and I did some. It very well could be that this leather is too soft, and I should have used the more firm, thicker leather. And that it's not a pattern problem; it's a Phoenix chose the wrong material problem, which quite possibly is the problem. I just don't know yet. So it's fine. No harm, no foul. We're shopping our stash because we've got plenty. The hard part is I keep being told that I need to start clearing out my closet, but I'm not ready to let go of too many things that I've made for myself yet. So I keep saying, haha, no. At some point I'm going to need to rethink that because we're not dealing with that today, right now. It's not going to happen. Yeah, so we'll see how that new boning goes, and we'll start there. And I can always rework the pattern. I've got more leather. This will be recycled into something else if it doesn't work. So nothing is a loss because I have learned from the experiences. So we didn't waste anything. And I know when I get it right, I'm going to be quite pleased because then I can sew little appliques and make them even more fun. It's just that the fun ones that I've been seeing online are like somewhere between $150 to $300 for their folks are selling them on the InfoWebs. I'm like, I'm not paying that right now. I will bullhead my way through and come up with something that I like and that does the job. Oh yeah, that would be fun. Yeah, maybe we'll just grab the crappy kitchen shears, cut the bones, and try those with the walking foot and a leather needle just to mix up our sewing before we do the gathering. And I'll still have to punch new eyelets to lace them up so I can give them. I'll hoop them out later. It's so hard when in my mind's eye, I know what I want and I know how I want it to work. But in reality, it either doesn't exist or not. It's so inaccessible that it might as well not exist. Which is why we are makers. Oh, that's right. I can't forget. I do need to remember that I'm going to sew poppers on at the front shoulders because that is what I said it was. Yeah, why the gaiters wrinkle at the shin. Yeah. More eyelets and a little bit tighter. So if I need to, I can always stitch in a modesty panel in the back. And then maybe I might as well just trace out a pattern for ones that are front lacing, because this version is back lacing. I've got enough materials, why don't we make one of each? We can sew little star appliques on it. Phoenix, can you just cut the pattern before you think about ornamenting it? No. No. Can't stop, won't stop dreaming about the projects. So, here's where we're coming up. Okay, we're almost at the end of this panel. I think I'm going to run to the. Do I need to do your feedback today on the show? Maybe. Alright. Alright, I'm going to put on my placeholder screen for a second. I'm going to run to the kitchen, grab the shears, run around for 2 seconds. I'll be right back. Where is my... I just put my... Don't run with scissors. I didn't. They were in the sink. So we'll just use our shears. But this boning is not the worst thing. Okay, ran around, took care of that, and then I grabbed the fabric that I was thinking about earlier. It's like scratchy, but I was thinking yards and yards of trim out of this fabric would just be spectacular. Okay. Yeah. Alright, Phoenix, be a little project monogamous. Finish this rolled hem. So we're not going to. Do I have tin? I do have tin snips. Yes, let me go grab those. They're in the other drawer. I'll be right back. I wouldn't use my fabric scissors. Yeah, I probably shouldn't. It's plasticky, fabric-y. It's not metal boning, but yes. Oh, we'll use the trusty tin snips. I was just looking at a video to sharpen because I've got those Pakistani tailor shears. There's like one sharp section on that blade, and the whole rest of it is dull. Maybe it's just the Pakistani. Maybe I am hugely biased that I'm going to come out and say it. German stainless steel far superior to Pakistani stainless steel. It's true. It's true. I've used both. You know what I like? German steel. I wish I could say it was American stainless steel, but yep, no, it's the German. Hey, oh, hey, creepy goobers. There are all my beverage bowls in your way. Oops, there's the needles. What are you doing, Goobingstons? She's just making her way roundabout. Okay, I moved stuff for you. I know Allie German steel is way better, even better than US or Canada. Would not surprise me. German steel instruments. They just it. The Pakistani steel just feels lightweight and flimsy in your hand, and the German it just feels nicer to hold. Yep, for scissors, etc. I concur. It's so good. The weight is nice, the balance is nice. Where are you creeping? Okay, you can hang out over there. Oh, you used to live just south of Solingen, Germany. Oh, Dov liked being in Germany too, the 2 years he was there. Well, yeah. They do some stuff so good. Maybe prices will come down and I'll get some German steel, stainless steel. No, it's the surgical steel. It's my most favorite. I know, I feel so all of the, what's up with car versus people incidents in Germany since the end of last year? Just keeps happening more of them, and they're starting to have some common traits. Oh, I don't know. Everything's a hot mess. That's all I know. Just skeptical and uncomfortable. Where am I at? It's nice to have something to read, for my hands to create something into reality so my brain doesn't just stew on nonsense. So I can get lost in rabbit holes, but there's nothing to show for it physically, so I'll stitch something spectacular. Yeah, I think once we get to the edge of this roll down, let's cut boning and stitch that into these boots. Let's see if we can, how we can continue to improve them. Yeah, bad people doing bad things, not only cars. Yes, yeah, there's a lot of badness going on right now. And it like falls in and out of my head about Tommy Robinson in the UK being locked up in solitary for talking about things that are happening. Or what was it in England again? The mom of two toddlers, a mom of two young kids, gets arrested for talking about the stabbing events. One of the events in England. It's like the backwards think. What's wrong is right, what's right is wrong, up is down, down is up. Yeah. And then to see some folks being like, oh, what's happening is confession through projection. I'm like, can you be a little, you don't even know to think to ask the question to be self-reflective with that. Yeah. There's a lot of funny fishy business going on. Now I want fried fish fry. I don't even think there is a VFW that does Friday fish fry around here. Oh, Allie, Canada has the same guy manipulating our country right now. It has the one guy. The same one guy? Yeah, you guys are full. That's... Alberta is like, we're out, it wants to be out. The fight... Oh, is it... The guy whose name starts with a C. Chrystia Freeland trying to fail upwards. That was... And here... What? Oh, I can't see. Here... I'm just gonna go with here. Oh. I see the spelling, but my tongue and mouth is not getting his name right. Yeah, oh, it was funny. Somebody was like, or somebody I know posted like, look at all these international medias for non-biased. And it was like CBC, BBC, Sky News, something else. I was like, if your news agency is funded by your government, then your news reporting is not free of bias, at least in my humble opinion, which means nothing. Allie, we have a non-seated parliament's we have a non-seated prime minister that is presently dictating to Canadians. Our parliament is not open for debate. Oh no, it's a dictatorship right now, for real. That's gross. I'm sorry, Canada. We can't come to save you. I value your maple syrup and Canadian culture too much. 131,000 people voted for him to be prime minister. That is out of 40 million. Oh my god. Those were all biased news sources. Yeah, I was like, that's like, I think my source for Canadian news right now, and I don't keep up with always is Rebel News. I think that's the one I'm like, okay. What are my better news sources? Rebel News, The Duran, and Coffee and a Mike Ferris just talks to such a variety of people on a plethora of topics. Yeah, those would be my go-to. I had to pick. I'm going with those ones over any of the legacy mainstream ones because they're all problematic. Yeah, that's crazy, Allie. That is absolutely batshit bonkers. And it's the dichotomy of folks who either don't understand or do understand and don't care, which is almost worse. That just are how did folks get so lost and brainwashed and sheeplified that they just Rebel News site sucks, they're biased as well. Okay. Yeah, okay. I'll agree with your previous. If there is a news reporter agency, they're biased. I can get behind that. Yeah, because they're just a different Let's see. Oh, Ellie, the right-wing media that is pushed in Canada is the ones that are trying to get the gotcha news items. Okay, scandal or lies is what they want to get them on. Yeah, and it's not just as problematic. I guess I'm gonna have to put this on so we can measure to figure this out. All right, 1 foot. That's not a crescent foot. Phoenix. Wow, I've got my sailor legs on right now. Maybe it just, because it's, yeah, I think I'm just going to start with adding the boning and then maybe just making eyelets go a little bit lower. Because I might have, yeah, let's try that. Let me, it was brought in over 40 years ago. Not only left-right political parties, they both brought in the WEF ideas and mandates. Yeah, hidden under the WHO and UN. We've lost our voting powers. Yeah. Yes. And then Europe, who's like, our governments need their own government to tell them what to do. Yay, EU. It's like, oh God, what? centralized planning like that doesn't work. To stop tariffs, for instance, says Allie, fix the borders and take care of immigration crisis. Yep. No, we can't. Just token effort of a couple of rentals and promises. Yeah. Well, I was thinking about the other day that since at least the 1950s, maybe even earlier, it was like, you can't waste food because there's starving kids in Africa. And then we're still seeing these same commercials like, and I know it's a rhetorical question but it's like after all this time, African countries can't pull themselves together to take care of their own people, but we're still doing the same. It's like, all right, they want to keep them like that. Allie, we must keep the third country UN mandate WF. It's so immigration is still out of control, and the ports let in 99 shipping containers without checking any. Yeah, that's the part between the shipping, the migrants, the ages of these things. It's the stuff that I'm hearing that's brewing that, something's bad. Something's real bad. Oh, Allie, Canada right now is getting told by CBC, etc., that we are standing tough and battling the bad guys. When it's like, here, we're battling them by just opening the door and like, please, here's your government subsidies. Go on to your next checkpoint to get your paperwork and comms devices. And yeah, African countries are just fighting along tribal lines. Right, like, yes, artificial boundaries that don't take into account historical tribal lands it's like Eastern Europe. The land, Ukraine, Poland, Bosnia, Herzegovina, Slovakia, Slovenia, Hungary, the Balkan country, Latvia, Lithuania, like all these places, the lands have been fought over and messed up for such a long time. Okay. I'm just gonna fold it in half, kind of over where the.
I hate to say it, but I think you're only live on YouTube. Rumble kicked you off.
Rumble kicked me off.
Yeah, like an hour and 35 minutes.
Am I not live anymore?
You are on YouTube.
Really?
Seems like that.
6 viewers waiting. Oh.
Yeah.
Huh. That's weird.
But you're live on YouTube.
But I'm live on YouTube. That's weird. Am I? Nope, that's my show. Nope, that's me trying to start over again. Huh. Let me get back to Allie. I got. Yeah, it is super bad when you see Chinese mulberry system for shore assault. There is lots. We are not getting told. Yup, they have a toehold in Canada and semi-control of BC right now. Yup. Yeah, they've got the whole West Coast because I've learned that like Washington, California, Oregon all have long-standing Marxist toeholds from at least the 60s or 70s. Where these folks who were students in the 60s, who are professors now, propagating all of this craziness. And I can't believe people are still watching me and I'm not there right now. How do I fix this? TD Bank in the US got caught laundering the bad money. Convict charged billions. No Canadian now. No. That's crazy. Oh. Yeah, I don't know. Things are a hot mess. I guess we're just gonna keep it. I feel bad for people. So my show got kicked off. I'm using Rumble Studio. I'm using Rumble Studio, and I've been informed for the past 45 minutes that my show has not been live on Rumble. Well, we're live on the tubes, and I'm having an existential crisis as to continue stitching or to come back Wednesday. That is funny. What? Yeah, well, okay, let's cut this late, or let's move this and we'll chatter. That's so funny. I don't know. Oh well. Let's trim this boning. Let's try this. But the worst that's gonna happen is I cut this out for small leather wallets or something. Alright, let's go with this length. And we'll just cut 4 over here. Huh. Well, that's a new problem. Well, that's good to know. Okay. Good thing that we multi-platform. Seriously. Ellie says the royal opposition up here has even stated there is a standoff approach to catch the shipping containers with the drugs in them to import them for the Province Safe Sites program. Oh, or some measure. Right, because you guys have got that whole, like, we have safe places for you to do drugs that I was hearing were, like, across the street from nurseries and places where small children are. They chose T-Rex up here instead of changing our Canadian ways values, and they're destroying the country in short. Yeah, I think that one of the end goals is trying to wipe out individual country values or what makes a place unique. They want everything to be completely homogenized and homogeneous, and or Europeans to be subservient to this. I don't even want to say those words because it leaves a grossness in my mouth. Yeah, Klaus Schwab has even gone to the point of saying they have penetrated the government and in control. Yeah, I don't like language like that. It's so gross. Do I have clips? I'm gonna stitch the boning in so the curve is contrary to the way my calf goes so that it actually straightens out. I'm just gonna fold it and stitch over. Phoenix, the worst thing that's gonna happen is I cut a new pair and have learned from my experiences with this one. Alright, I need a leather. I need to change out for a leather needle. Hey dude, what are you doing? Hey! Oh! Hey, is there a Loki underneath me? Who's sitting underneath me? Come on, dude. Come here. Oh, come on, Fatso. Oh, that was afraid of froofers under the sewing bench. Okay. We'll get a cat break. I know I shouldn't do this because you'll. Hey, Boney. Hey, Boney. Just don't close the show out with your foot on the mouse. Let's see here, Ellie. These members even go to the point they wear a pin on their left shoulder to signify the status in the WE. Oh, gross. Carney has a small Edelweiss flower. Huh. It's so weird. Well, in this country, I'm sure you got it up there in Canada too, but the large number of elected officials or judges who maintain dual citizenship, like, I guess it's not the same anymore. My family moved to this country because they loved what America stood for. And almost to the point, not almost, to the extent of my siblings and I didn't learn Polish or Yiddish or Russian or Ukrainian. It was like, you were born in America, you're American, you will speak English. And, when was that? Yes, Ray Froofers there she is. Yep, she must have been under the chair because I heard it hissing. And I saw kitty cats. I saw one troublemaker. Did you have a good foray outside for your Froofers? Did you have a good show outside? Yep. Alright, just don't puke up grass on the machine. Yeah, I can completely be behind. I love the culture from where my family came from, but also I'm American and like American values, and that somehow has become subversive talk. Okay. Leather knee. I said I was going to do the walking foot, but I think I'm going to do the zipper foot so that we can sew right along the edge of the boning. Here's our 4 pieces, and then I'll just go through and make new eyelets right inside the old. Inside where I sew this new channel. I think I can just massage it just to help it to stand. Let's hear, Allie, you think Trump is right? Canada will be begging to become the 51st state in about 3 years. Like, yeah, I can see that if folks are like, we don't want to be little China. This is not Canadian. I can't even come up with something funny to say for that. We don't want to be little China anymore. We don't want to be little India. Because do you have? I'm gonna go with an answer is probably yes, but I didn't realize until a little bit in the past year also that a whole bunch of the long haul truckers currently are from India. But I do know that there's sizable like Indian warehouse. India's also trying to take over the world. And also somebody was saying, wouldn't it be funny if the way the U.S. is trying to break up with the UN, the WEF, the WHO, all of those things, that at some point we might be that the U.S. is going to try to join BRICS. Like, okay. But that's a possibility. And if we stay the course we are on now, yeah, people have to, people are so caught up with the PSYOP and the predictive programming. It's like I don't have the patience or the energy to convince anyone of anything. Partly because I don't know what all the things are, but I don't mind being a stopover of like, oh, this is. I can step over and be in a place where I can be free to learn and grow and update notions. Do they let a national treasure burn down called Jasper National Park? Even the premier of Alberta says it was just not shown on CBC or CTV. They can see the main WEF their members as well, with the premier had a pin. Oh, gross. Rainbow colored and a circle of the circle of life. Oh my god. Yeah, the manipulation of symbolism and language and okay, yep, let me finish this. They're the environmental wing of the WEF, and you can see those symbols on in the WEF publications. That is just, that's nauseating. And there, blah blah blah. Australian posted on TikTok, old school, an OG lesbian, who she was saying how she wants that many folks already need to take a divorce from the TQIA plus, because in their mind's eye they were foreseeing that the plus is a way to normalize all these other weird groups. The adult babies who like wear diapers and that baby fetish group, they're weird. And then really the way they've renamed it, pedophiles to MAPS for minor attracted people, that change in vernacular makes me sick. I know, Allie, we can't change people's minds. They claim you are being a Trumper or a conspiracist or enter it in here. I'm full of misinformation. Yup, absolutely. I'm a self-hating Jew, not Jew, horrible Nazi. I'm like, okay, yeah, whatever. I don't feel the need to try to fit into any of those boxes. I am label-less. I just don't care. If you need to give me a label for your comfort, I guess fine. But I don't need it for my sense of value and worth. Maybe when I do the next eyelets, I'll use the smaller ones instead of these big ones, so we can fit more holes in. I did take a little back stitch. And just curving, but everything's nice and pliable, malleable. Yeah, all I do is misinformation around here. I'm going to continue to stand that an analog sewing machine far superior to most electric machines. Yep, that might be a hill I'm willing to die on. I should turn a corner at the top so I can enclose the boning. Just trying to carefully. Oh. Did my thread break? My bobbin? I've got no bobbin thread. Well, that's helpful. Alright, boned trapeze boot, half done. I think this might be what I needed. And then that'll be nice for when I punch the new eyelets just in on the other side of the boning, so that it's got a little, the laces have something to pull against instead of just the leather. Oh, Phoenix, check the bobbin thread. Oh, well, I don't know. Alright, I think I need a snack, and I need to stand up because my pudendal nerve is problematic. But, Allie, thank you for another great conversation. Thank you for everyone who stopped by, who hung out at the circus. I'm sorry, Rumble, I don't know what happened. Check the replay on YouTube. Is it even going to finish? I don't know. But I will be back on Wednesday with an update for how things are coming along. Also something fabulous. Don't wait until tomorrow to be fabulous today, and don't laugh at others unless you've laughed at yourself. All right. I'll see you on the flip sides. Oh, you just this morning you saw a Treadle 411G and a 401G, the Treadle Electric. Ooh, they have both systems from Singer from the 1920s to the 1960s. That might just be the perfect compromise. All right, I'll keep my eyes open. I gotta have a snack. Thank you so much, Allie, for adding to my project list, but bringing me joy in all the madness. All right, I'm gonna click the end show button. It'll be amazing. I'm gonna stop blabbering. All right, stay awesome till Wednesday. Have fun. Bye.